Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod in a 40 unit save version. We kind of wrapped up most of last turn. We just got some money to spend down here, 13,000 or so, so we're going to try to pick up some of the loose ends so we can wrap up this turn and get moving forward yet again. One of the things I decided to do is let's get these weakened Navy units of ours here. In fact, one of them is the fourth rate we captured that caused the weakening of our blockade up here in Sweden, and we're going to start slowly rotating them out to get them back to full strength. We'll take, first of all, the fourth rate down here, and we'll replace the blockade and the siege of that port with the fifth rate that's been kind of covering or protecting lone stray vessels from blockading our own ports. So part of those funds will be spent fixing and repairing this one. Only 500 about. There is one other, speaking of navies, there is one other thing I want to do, and that's down in India. We have that one trade node in the Straits of Madagascar. So what we're going to do here is we are going to build... Oh, I've already done it. I'm ahead of myself. See, I thought I had forgotten to do that. Oh well, too much going on in between episodes to remember every detail. But anyway, so what we're going to do then is let's get back up to the continent. We're just going to spend the rest of the funds that we have pretty much on upgrading the farms. That was the most recent research that we gained, and it allows us to upgrade our farms, increase income that way. Also, the biggest thing, reduces a little bit of unhappiness from industrialization, but it increases population growth, which is also a big positive towards keeping the economy growing. So we'll just, since we only have so much money to spend, we're going to upgrade the farms, and we can probably upgrade a lot of them because they aren't super expensive. Kind of skipping the schools. No need to upgrade those, and we have the most recent one in our home country upgrading to the next level. I will, however, upgrade this College of Divinity to help with religious conversion. And let's see, I know we got more farms along the way. There's so much to upgrade, it's overwhelming right now, but we're going to focus this particular turn on the farms on the continent. Ooh, we even have a mine here we can upgrade. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So much for sticking to just the farms, eh? Ooh, and down in Spain, it would not hurt to have another church school to help with the conversion there. And speaking of conversion, we did recruit last time a new missionary that we haven't put to work, and I think we're going to send him down towards Spain because we have not budged an inch on making any conversions over there. Mainly because we may have converted a church school down here, but it's loaded. Well, okay, it's not loaded. Maybe it's the school that's still loaded. Yeah, the school is, I was thinking, the school is loaded with gentlemen that can attempt to steal from us, I guess, but we have a missionary of theirs down here to contend with, so let's upgrade our schools and start being able to make progress. And we have a port. What is this? Is this oh, it's a shipyard. So if we ever have a backup and have a problem with this port up in France, and we need to continue building ships, or we have the funds to build even more than just 2 per turn, we got another shipyard. I could always convert it, but at this point it's nice to have a backup shipyard at the moment. Okay, it would seem I got most of the farms. It leaves us with about 1,700. I could quick upgrade something else if I wanted to, but we're going to hang on to those funds to go along with our income next time. And barring what comes up, maybe we'll continue farm expansion in the Americas. We'll see. All right, I think that's all we need to take care of. Let's get ready and let's just hit that next turn button. We'll see you on the other side unless something fun and interesting pops up in between. All right, the fun and interesting that popped up is one that we expected. Venice is making its move on Trinidad and Tobago, and we are just going to auto-resolve this little thing because we knew we were going to lose this. The big thing is, when will he move that fleet so we can retake it? We have the forces necessary nearby to be able to retake it. And we are soon. Oh, he took his navy away, so we will be able to take it really quick. His navy is apparently heading back home, it would appear, maybe sensing our blockade to come against his home port. So we shall see. The navy we're blockading with isn't necessarily strong enough to hold up to him, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's see. The army has been destroyed. We knew that. We lost the territory. Okay, we've gained a couple more fourth rates. We got the fleet in the Indian Ocean to go grab that last trade node. Got a few plantations over in Cuba, or a school in Cuba. Ah, that's because, as a watcher pointed out, I built a school instead of a religious school, so we're going to have to try and convert that because I don't need yet another school, so that's kind of a waste. Let's do that before I forget. Someone had better eagle eyes than me as I talk and get distracted. Let's see, it is in Cuba somewhere. Yeah, that was supposed to be a religious school, so we will burn it down. Try again. And we have some fleet arrivings. We'll get to those. Well, let's just check them now. Coming back for repair rotation. We're going to head over here to get it repaired. Oh, and there's our flute too. Actually, before I forget, we'll send it off here. Oh, we got a bunch coming over for repair, it would appear. I got more down here. I'm losing track of my fleets that are floating around here. Okay, so maybe that's what all the rest were. I was sending off individual ships from the different nodes over here to start getting some repairs done. Yep. Here's the coast of Brazil. We got our repaired fleets coming back here so we can rotate them out. He is full and repaired.
Orders. Orders.
We can send this guy back for repairs.
Schip in beste staat, kapitein. Orders, kapitein.
And next, that was the last one. Okay. All our vessels seem to be accounted for now. First thing we'll do, since we did notice that Venice vacated Trinidad and Tobago, at least let's verify that their fleet has departed. Yes, the fleet has departed. We're looking at what kind of an army. Yeah, we should be able to match up with this army, I do believe, with the force we have here. Should already be on the Navy. And do we have anyone else to add to it here? Oh, we got another cannon to add. That's definitely welcomed. And let's get our Navy moving now. Let's take back our island. Make that a short-lived conquest. And march in and let's start. Okay, we will have a mortar to deal with, but we do outnumber them 4,000. Pretty even, but this is not a fort battle, so that's not a big deal. We have our cannon, 2 batteries to face up against their mortar, so I think we are more up to the task. They refuse surrender, of course, so we will see you on the battlefield. Alright, nice day for a battle down in the Caribbean. Okay, let's see. They have fairly small area. Oh, it stretches out this way, but they aren't going to be right in town. So what I need to do is I'll figure out the best field of fire for my artillery, and then we will get this thing going. Okay, battle lines are set, pretty standard. There's a very slight rise here, so I'm not down right on the boundary in a little dip to try and give my artillery a field of fire into their deployment zone. We've got cavalry, we got the native cavalry on this side set for not shooting each other and just charging for melee, and then we have our first action down here with our first unit of dragoons that we have recruited. So we have only 1 regiment on this side and 1 regiment on this side as a reserve force, and depending on how they're set up, we may be a little more aggressive moving forward. We shall see. Just depends on that mortar and whether we can afford to hold the line or not. In fact, the mortar is like right up front. Holy smokes. Poor guys, they're going to get bombarded by us. Yeah, we're definitely in their range, but boy, they're going to get creamed just as quickly as we would if we were unable to take them out. Where are they shooting? They're trying to bombard infantry over here, so looks like they're doing some initial advancing, and I'm fine at the moment. We're going to kind of just see how this develops, see how quickly we take out their mortars. And they're down to 1 gun remaining with a lot of support. Alright, they're moving up. We're going to keep... Oh, we didn't keep track of their cavalry over here on the side. They're moving forward. We're going to bring our dragoons up. Counter that charge. Let's see if they have cavalry anywhere else that I need to be cognizant of. It does not appear. And their mortars are gone, so it is time to change fire to their attacking force. The dragoons helped us. I'm going to make that into a tongue twister. I managed to make a lot of words into tongue twisters, but those dragoons helped us out. In fact, they are shattered. We will not see them again. Militia is working its way out fast towards the flank. If they remain unprotected, we may just charge some dragoons into militia. In fact, I like that idea right now. Isolate militia for me, and I'll charge them anytime with cavalry. We're vastly outnumbered, but hopefully our strength will overwhelm them. and they are wavering already. So let's take a look at the rest of the line, make sure we don't have to worry about support. Yeah, we got some support we may have to worry about coming up. We need to pull the dragoons out at the moment. And the rest of the line would appear solid. So what we need to do is get our cavalry up on this side to help out. Rolling up the line. Holding up okay at the moment. Since they do seem to be making an effort to head towards the flank, we're going to relocate our reserve unit down here just for potential. Of course, now they've kind of altered those plans, but I'm still going to keep my reserve unit where I think I'm going to end up needing them the most. Artillery in the center. We got the general's bodyguard coming at us big time. Can we get off a volley to stop them? And we do some damage. We shake them bad. Canister fire can be deadly, even at the maximum range. So let's get canister fire back over a little closer to where they're fighting us. You can see the danger. Usually I have pikemen or somebody helping protect my cannon. You can see the danger of not having any kind of protection and how vulnerable artillery can be. I'm going to charge over to this militia. I don't take any more shots just standing there. I lost track of that cavalry and took some unnecessary casualties. Start bending our line in to help roll up that line also. And they have focused on our flank. I think we're in a position now that the rest of them are tied up. Let's get charged back into the militia. Don't have to worry about so much fire. And the flank would appear to be secure. I'm going to take fire at will off here. And they're all retreating. Let's take fire at will off here also, just so we don't take friendly fire on the dragoons. Got close on this side. It looks like we are going to hold. Need to re-aim that canister shot. Militia here firing. Let's see if we can't just run into them. They're militia heavy a little bit, which plays into our cavalry. We got militia firing again on our cavalry, which at some point isn't going to take that fire. I got to keep better close eye on these guys over here. Artillery can focus right here in the center on this militia. The attack is fizzling. I think it's now time to work on the general, and it may be time to silence the cannon at the moment since our cavalry is getting very near. Took all the cavalry off of this militia over here, but they're folding anyway to work on the general's bodyguard. We're close to taking him down. In fact, the enemy general has fallen. The only unit remaining now is some militia over here, so it's just time for an all-out charge by our cavalry. Take out that final militia unit. Okay, final 2 militia units. As they recover, we're taking some shots, unfortunately. They recovered quicker than I expected. Their mortar soldiers got in the way. Oh, come on, charge in here, guys. This militia unit. Make them pay for those shots. Nobody else seems to be coming back there. Oh, then we got another recovering, highly shaken unit. We can run these conscripts down. They can't be none too happy about being charged. Will they form to get a shot off before the charge hits? Yes. But they will not stand for long. And this could be the final blow to the army of Venice. We're not going to chase them down. There's not very far they can run on this island if they're even able to retreat out of our zone of control. So we'll just end the battle here. Heroic victory. And I like this. They are totally destroyed, apparently. Unable to retreat, it would appear. And we only lost out of that 578 men. So we're in good shape. And Trinidad and Tobago are ours once again. We'll get that repaired. We'll get the port repaired. And get back in business. In fact, since we have the funds and I'm here, let's upgrade the sugar plantation. There we go. The Americas once again are secured. Now let's go finish some more fun in Europe. And part of that is payback down for Venice. Now that we are on a new turn, we can take their port and end that income. At last. They're still standing. I don't have enough of a force and army I'm able to put together yet to make a move via land on Venice. But we're going to send our rake over there while I'm thinking about it, see if he can't infiltrate. It's only 62%. Maybe we'll infiltrate with this army first. 81% chance of success. And he was successful. So we're looking at line infantry. So they're building up some strong and decent forces here. We don't have a good picture inside. It's mega artillery units along with line infantry. So we're talking about a tough little battle here if we were to take over, try and take over Venice with the fort especially. And if we take a look at what we have inside here, it's a lot of cavalry, so they don't actually have a lot of units that could man the walls if we were to assault the walls. We will have normal mortar issues to take care of. Let's see the condition of my own army at the moment. I still think, due to the battle we did take part in, I'm going to wait one more turn as we reinforce ourselves to full strength before making the assault next turn. I just feel like I just don't like going against, even if it's only one mortar unit left in there that they'll have at their disposal. I do not like running weakened units against the mortars. So there's that decision for you. Okay, we got our fourth rate all fixed up. So let's get the rotation going back over here.
Klaar om te wenden.
And get our vessels, get our navy at 100% again.
Klaar om te wenden. Wat zijn de orders, kapitein? Schip in beste staat, kapitein.
Okay, we have more fourth rates now. And I think we're going to work on reinforcing our army, or navy, excuse me. Yeah, it's on water, it's a navy. Yeah, there's nobody we can really raid, I do not believe. Oh, Sweden a little bit. So we'll on our way to Venice to reinforce, we will blockade or raid on this trade line. There we go. And let's just take one more quick look at the navy that's blockading Venice, because theirs is on the way to relieve, and they will vastly outnumber us. So maybe next turn we will end the blockade temporarily, just because by then their navy will start getting close. And I don't know that I want to battle all my fourth rates in one battle, even though they're superior ships, but they'll be vastly outnumbered. So we got to be careful. We've spent a lot of time and money in building them up, so we don't want to lose them in one sloppy or careless engagement. We're going to recruit a couple more. And while we're over here on the continent, let's get our missionary moving on down into Spain. And we are constructing there. Okay, we're back at full strength here, so we do have an army available. And what I'm thinking is, things seem to be in order at the moment. I'm going to take the chance that Spain has had enough of us, even though they have a massive, I repeat, a massive army that could move back on Spain again. But we're going to take that chance to make a statement with Venice. So we're going to temporarily move this force out. I think it's not a problem public order wise. No, it should not be. Let's take a small step out first. Yeah, public order is back okay in Portugal, and we're going to start moving towards Venice via land. Imagine if I had a ship nearby, I could easily just move over to this port here and then pick them up. Problem is I do not have any vessels available. What kind of navy recruitment can we build here? A fifth rate only, because we have not upgraded here. So I think I'm going to spend the money to upgrade down here. I'm glad I clicked on there to figure that out. We're going to go up to the full dockyard so we can have a second port where we can build fourth rates. Now down in India, they did not make a move. It does not look like they've made a move to go after my forces down here. And as my army is not quite fully repaired, we'll just kind of park them there at the moment. We'll get our priest over here to kind of preach and watch. There we go, they're back in sight. We'll keep our eye on that army, but at the moment we'll just keep ourselves parked here as we are healing. Does not seem to be any other major issues down here. Let's get this navy here that we brought over repaired. And one thing I'll do before we start upgrading buildings here is I'm going to spend the funds to repair this army. There is no immediate threats, but at some point when we're ready to move for victory, we need to take New York, and that may involve going through Air Corps territory to get there. And that's way on down the road, because I do not want Great Britain immediately in the game. But it is time to upgrade and re-recruit and repair this army. While we're at it, why don't we upgrade some furs and upgrade a farm. So I guess I'll just spend the rest of my incomes here working on some farms. In fact, we'll get this to our building trends here. Moving on down to Louisiana and New Orleans. And there's a little farm in Mexico we'll get built back up. We're getting close to the last of our funds being spent. There we go. We got the fishery that can upgrade, and we got another farm. And that should do it. Let's take a quick look at our ministers before we go. And I could have sworn, well, we still got, I knew we had 2 guys, but I could have sworn this guy was over here. Oh no, he was. For some reason, America was listed here before and India was listed here before. So it is the same guy. That's just weird that those locations switched on us. So we're going to try a new appointee for India. And we are just filled with mediocrity here in the current cabinet as far as getting the head upgraded, the head of the cabinet upgraded, and our cabinet minister over India. We just do not seem to be able to get them upgraded. Let's see, what do we have? This will help Army, Navy, Treasury, but we have such good, well, let's see what this guy has. He also has 1 to Army, so it will not be an improvement switching these guys around. I'll do it anyway just because he has more options to slide around down the road if somebody should pass away. And Mr. Washington is limited to just, well, I call him Mr. Washington. Dagobert Van Buren is limited to just tactician, so he'll be the next one replaced. And it'll get out the annoyance of looking at George Washington as part of the cabinet here in the United Kingdom. All right, I think we are ready to move forward. We're going to take another turn, and then that means we're going to have a battle ahead of us, time allowing. So let's get moving. We'll drop in on the next turn if anything interesting should arise. All right, we have a new rake in French Guiana. Not a highly active location down there, but we'll see what we want to do with him. We have a new technology on the spinning jenny. Our agent rake is still embedded apparently. And there we go. So let's take a look at what we have going down here. We just finished the spinning jenny and it has moved forward to the spinning mule, which is just fine with me. That's how we want to advance on that one. Ancillary gained. We gained an ancillary. Let's see. Godfried Lansing improves treasury and justice. Let's go find out where he might be. And he is not one of our current. Oh, there he is. I take that back. He is there. He might be better suited somewhere else now. Let's find out. Although justice and treasury are pretty dang good right now. Yeah, treasury is not where we want him. Let's just see how he compares in justice. Right now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And he has 6. So there's really no change in what we just did. Okay, this is really what we've been waiting for, is this second battle. I'm going to take a quick look at the time and then go ahead with this battle here. So hang on. All right, here we are on the battlefield. I already took the luxury of setting up the army as opposed to making you wait for me to do it. We took the artillery on the hill to bombard potentially 2 sides of the fort. But I am going to get aggressive. I've got a force here and a force here on the wings, and I just got a token force in the middle to work with any breaches, but they have some of our best troops with the grenadiers and whatnot. Mainly because I am going to actually just move forward ahead, full steam ahead, as we're trying to breach the walls, because they only have limited number of units that can man the walls. They have a high percentage of cavalry inside, and to heck with the mortars. It's only 1 mortar unit. We're gonna hope that we can just overwhelm and make this happen. I don't know if I'll be setting myself up for more casualties than I normally would, but that's kind of our battle plan on this one. We're changing it up just a little bit, and we'll see how it works for us. This unit's going to take the walls on the far side. These units are going to take the walls on the back side. It should be more than enough to deal with that. These units in the front, when we make our breaches, if necessary, will be in square formation right outside those breaches to prevent the cavalry from coming out in mass to deal with our forces. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. It's time to start firing. We do not see a lot of units on the walls, especially on the sides that we are looking to attack. So from that point of view, the plan seems that it could work. We'll hold these back for the moment at a longer distance so they don't get peppered as much from the wall cannon. Oh, and their cavalry, even though they had a lot of cavalry units, you can take a look here. They're highly decimated. There's not a lot of quantity of cavalry units. Even though there's a lot of regiments, there's not a high number of troops. So I was highly worried about this attack before. Now I don't even see. I know they have mortars in here, but where the heck are the mortars? I'm sure it's somewhere in the midst here. Maybe, maybe not. I could have sworn I saw that this battle was gonna have some mortars. All the better for us. Put up their stakes, but it's not like we have a heck of a lot of cavalry that has to worry about it. With the walls down to 85% here, the forces that are coming up on this side are not taking a lot of artillery fire because they've kind of abandoned the walls. So we're going to get a fairly clean approach to this side of the fort wall. And a lot of their cannon fire from this front wall area has been focused back here for the most part. There are some casualties over here on the side, but not really haven't focused there, have they? Let's get our artillery focused on another breach. And with troops off the wall, I think it's time to bring this force forward to try to prevent them from leaving the fort en masse, to try and make it difficult on our wall attack. And bring the general farther forward, or at least the commanding officer for this battle. We've managed to climb the walls fairly unmolested, or get to the walls, I should say. We haven't climbed them yet. We've managed to get to the walls fairly unmolested, which is not what I expected. I swear I saw a mortar unit in the battle order of battle before we started, but apparently not. They do have one regiment up on the wall still, so we may have some activity over on this side as we approach and get closer. We shall see. In fact, let's take this point position here with you. Take this wall for support. Start assigning everybody wall positions to grab. Wall assault has begun, and these troops on the wall are holding back. They are not firing upon us so much. However, their cavalry looks like it may be attempting to come out the gates here to make it difficult for us to climb the walls. But right now, the good old pathing is working against them. trying to get out that door in a mob. Now, and they have broken through. So this is not good for us on this side. So let's see if we can't address that with some of the units we have available. The wall breach on this side continues unmolested. In fact, since we have some extra reserve troops over here, let's send them over here for support on the wall assault on this side. And the amount of troops inside the gap are not exactly massive, so let's get up here and get ready. We may just push forward anyway. I thought the troops would number more because I thought the cavalry might also be supporting them. And they decided not to shoot against further walls. Let's see if we can entice them to do some more. And we seem to be taking the walls okay. Our troops right here holding up at the moment. And once we're on the walls, and there we do have... No, that's General's bodyguard. They are not mortars. Still climbing walls with these units, so I'm hesitant to move them or attempt to move them off the walls. We will get these guys into melee assault against these units that are up here they're going against. I think it's time for a little melee action down here. These formations here do not seem to be doing so well since they are climbing the walls. And the rest of the remaining cavalry has moved inside. So we are just about up on the walls, ready to move down and address the fort. Charge down, boys. It's time to go. Final assault has commenced. We actually have a path here for our cavalry now to come in and support this breach. As the end is in sight. Holding the centers, trying to bring more melee troops, pound them from all sides. Take over this fort. We finally have ended that Wurrtemberg threat. That thorn in our side in the center of the continent has ended. We did not lose as many as I feared with all the melee attacks we were doing. Region captured and nation destroyed. All right, so we'll hold off here other than to rebuild right here and to destroy these walls, and we're in good shape now. We got some good things going. Hope you enjoyed the episode with a couple of fun little battles, and look forward to seeing you next time to see where we can continue our expansion and see if we can continue to be successful, and to find out if we don't have any more surprises coming our way. If you have any ideas on what you'd like to see or where you'd like to see us expand, leave me a comment in the notes. Just say hi. If you have nothing else to say, hey, like or dislike. That's a big one, please, for me. And hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.